you musicians started in in bars, started playing young, and disc jockeys too. Like disc jockeys started at underage, and you was allowed to go in the bar if you was accompanied by an adult, but the bill that Bet is proposing or looking to pass would cancel
Right.
that. You wouldn't be able to perform in a bar if you're underage.
Yeah, well, Keith, we finally got in the oil field business when they call that all those pipes hooked together. They call that the Christmas tree. Well, we finally got our electronic Christmas tree
together
with our equipment pieced together, where we streaming live on Facebook from another process. I experiment over here because we all some digital creators. Like it or not, those who on Facebook, you are a digital creator, and that's a title you should always wear well. Well, I'm always trying to find different configurations to go live to our platforms. And I'm going to tell you an excellent platform that I use, and I'm not advertising, they haven't paid me, called Restream. You stream one time to that platform, and it distributes to all the other platforms without having a lot of a situation with your video being fuzzy and so forth. At a very high bit rate, and so one day we'll get into bit rates and so forth, and the technical aspects of all of that. But Keith, we come into the top of the hour. I want to give run this little promo, and we can come back to the open line. You're listening and looking at the open line.
No,
I'm sorry. There you go. Too much festival.
The People's
Tech and Entertainment Show.
What it is, that spinach bread?
yeah.
But anyway, when we come back, if you want to get in on the conversation, 337-534-0036, KIEE 88.3.
We are interactive and live. Get in the know. Call us at area code 337-534-0036. That's 337-534-0036 on the People's Tech and Entertainment Show on KIEE 88.3 FM, your superstation for South Louisiana.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the host, guests, and callers, and do not endorse any methods or products and entities they represent. These discussions are simply for educational purpose only. Thanks for listening.
Hey people, stay tuned to the #1 radio talk show on Saturday mornings. It's the People's Tech and Entertainment Show on KIEE 88.3 FM Lafayette.
Hi fans, this is your favorite actor. When I am in the Lafayette area, I listen to the People's Tech and Entertainment Radio Show with Brother Keith and Brother Jay. Heard exclusively on KIEE 88.3, your superstation for South Louisiana.
Get in the know. You are now connected. The People's Tech and Entertainment Show is on the air with your host, Brother Jay, and that knowledgeable young brother, Keith Flong, right here on your superstation for South Louisiana, KIEE 88.3 FM.
We are back here with the People's Tech and Entertainment Show here on KIEE 88.3 FM, your superstation for South Louisiana. What's going on, St. Mary Parish? What's going on, Morgan City? What's going on, New Iberia? What's going on, Abbeville, Vermilion Parish? Reverend Wayne Landry, Pastor Wayne Landry, shout out to you, brother.
Correct.
And what's going on, St. Martinville? Former Mayor Melinda Mitchell, shout out to you. We had many times as a guest. We got to get her back on to see what she's been doing since she had that great run as a mayor of St. Martinville.
We also got to send a shout out to those in Liberia. Councilman Dee Dee Johnson.
Councilman Dee Dee Johnson with all that great information she gave about that. Right now, homeowners, I think there's a homeowners clinic going on how to give you information. I think it's at Reverend Darren Sofa's church. Shout out to him. That's my nephew's father-in-law. Shout out to him in New Iberia. They're having at his church on St. Peter Street, they're having a homeowners clinic. And that's what the information that Councilman Dee Dee Reed gave out on yesterday on Sister Khadijah's show and also Wednesday on the open line.
We also got to send shout-outs to some of our local officials, Mr. Pat Lewis, Lafayette City Councilman.
Yeah, he was just a guest on Brother Wiley's show. Yeah.
A.B. Rubin.
A.B. Rubin.
Always a freaking flyer.
Well, I want to say it, Pat, you know how many interviews we done did with you, man? We,
I think you broke the world.
You worked the world. Yeah, like we had the sister on from the open line. We had the world's record on the hair, the biggest afro.
And also Councilman Glenn Lazard.
Right.
Send a shout out to him, Vincent Pierre, State Rep, Mr. Gerald Boudreaux, State Senator, also another freaking fly. Also want to send a shout out to June Andrews, business to business. And Brother Jay, I'm gonna talk a little bit about I've been mentioning about the social media, TikTok, the challenges, the death challenges. Well, somebody finally picked up on it, and there's wrongful death lawsuits filed against the social media platforms for teen suicide deaths. That too. To some other news. Get into some other news. And also in Lafayette, just to bring up some information right here in Lafayette. Trying to pull this thing up. Trying to get this thing up. Trying to pull that Facebook story up. Okay.
Yeah, Brother Keith.
All right, no.
I'm back. And we saw we have those drop off because we got some situation going in the background.
Yeah, we're trying to get together.
Uh-huh.
Anyone who used Facebook in the last 16 years can now get settlement money. Facebook has put your privacy
information at risk.
At risk. Violated the privacy.
But Keith, the thing is what's the trouble? If you might, some people say, well, no, I should not say that. Well, we hearing on social media that people say that could come out to people getting as little as 75 cents. Or, but you know what? There is an option to opt out. And maybe when we get Attorney Smith back on Wednesday, we could discuss that. I'm going to send her the information and find out what's the best course of action to give. We not attorneys. We can't give advice, right? But we could also try to make the best move when we see other people doing some stuff. Well, let's go to the phone line. I think we got a caller.
We got a caller coming in. All right,
welcome to the People's Tech and Entertainment Show, brother.
Good morning.
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
another blessed, highly favored day. I'm just calling y'all.
Yeah, brother. Well, look.
Good morning, Brother Wallace.
Hello.
Good morning, Keith.
Yeah, you heard. I think you heard, Brother Keith. You got that, Brother Wallace?
Yeah, I heard him.
Okay, Brother Wallace. I got a question. Can you hear me?
Echo in the phone.
Yes, I can hear you good.
The question is, will you opt in or opt out of the Facebook lawsuit that everybody's millions of dollars supposed to be given to millions of customers of Facebook, or let's say people who signed up for Facebook from 2007
Yeah, I think it's 2007
to now, to the present, because of the data breach that they had incurred to Facebook users. So how you feel about that, my brother? You going to be taking part in the lawsuit?
I did not opt out of Facebook, period. So,
I would opt out. My advice, I would opt out for a couple of thousand, and get me a separate attorney.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, well, if I could get 1,000 out of it, I would go and try to get some of that money. Because I know they got so many and they don't have enough millions to give everybody that on Facebook. What about all these kids and stuff like this? Like you say, you might get 75 cents out of it. That's the way I feel about it. And then when you start filling out the information, now they got more information on you.
Yes, correct.
So that's why I'm at with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how you feel about it?
Oh, it might not be worth the trouble. I mean,
So that's the same thing I say.
yeah, it might not be worth the trouble. And while we talking about that, I'm kind of switching gears from Facebook to Elon Musk. Musk has said that his brain implant company Neuralink will make the paralyzed walk, the blind see, and eventually turn people into cyborgs. But the firm still struggles to secure clinical trial approval for the relative modest goal of helping disabled people. So what you think about what you think about Elon Musk and his brain implant company? He said that's got to be a powerful chip, brother J.
Well, I know Wallace not going for it. I know one thing.
A powerful chip.
I know one thing, but some people, man, I don't know. Some people are under control already. Because there's certainly some things going on. Some really serious, something going on in society right now. People are wilding out. So much gun violence, Brother Wallace.
Yes.
People are acting crazy. Maybe a change of the way their brain operate might be a refreshing. I say that tongue in cheek, but really they got some serious things going on.
Yeah.
Well, Elon Musk, as far as I'm concerned, he's supposed to build one of the most powerful rockets to go around the moon or whatever. Then we got all these people here, that's starving, sleeping in tents and stuff like this. All that money, he shot that rocket up, and as soon as it got up, a little piece, it blew it up. That was a lot of money, as far as I'm concerned.
Well they say
waste of money.
They're saying putting the rocket together and successfully launching it was that step they was trying to achieve. That's what they say. But I know they're disappointed that it blew up. From what the other news reports say, but they contend that the successful launch of it was the purpose at first. Like each let's say each type of those situations, just like with NASA back in the day, you launch first, successful launch. Then next time you launch it into orbit, that's successful. Then you launch it to the let's say at that time to the moon. Not landing, that was successful. Then the next time was the landing. So each step, so they contend that the launch was successful, so there was a success. But I seen that they was expecting them to be able to go a little further with that particular launch.
Yeah. Well, I still say all that money we practicing with, they got too many people that don't have what you call it, housing. They staying in tents, you know, and things like this here. You know, they starving. They starving around here. So, you know, all that stuff, man, look like to me, people is wasting money.
Okay.
You know?
Well, here I'm gonna throw something else out at you. Technology. Well, you know they're basing it on technology out of those types of ventures into technology and even space exploration. A lot of good things came out of them. John F. Kennedy first pushing America's technology into space flight. A lot of good things came out of it. The cell phone came out of it. The way we store our food and the way we process our food. Different innovation in travel and in inventing different type of propulsion. All that came out of the space program. That's what they contend. So right now, it's AI is the big thing. Artificial intelligence. And, you know, I give this disclaimer. All of my promos are actually AI-created voices, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
AI is fast becoming the biggest investment pathway for people to get rich. Now, here's what happened recently. AI can actually mimic your voice, right? Accurately. Now, AI
Right.
can actually, you could take a clip of a song and you could actually mimic that singer's voice. Now, recently they had some deep fakes, that's what they call them, deep fakes of Drake and another famous singer, and they use it to create some music of those artists. So Drake got upset and this other guy got upset and they, you know, they suing and so forth, right? Well, they got one other artist, famous artist, I forgot her name. She said no, she'd be happy if they could take AI and they would split 50-50 of the created song, the song they created. She would be more than happy. So how do you balance technology innovations for good and but some people use it for bad? So how you
Right,
balance
right.
that, you know?
Well, that can never be balanced. You know, the bad, you can never balance the bad.
Uh-huh.
But you can always balance the good, as far as I'm concerned.
It's almost like, you know, the people who invented the gun, they say the gun is a good thing, but the gun is a bad thing in some other light. So I mean, I'm looking at it from that perspective. Maybe because I'm a tech guy, you know, I'm a geeked out, you know, about things like that. But you certainly don't want nobody saying Brother Jay said to destroy the world. Have me on all the channels saying that, and then you have the FBI battering my door down and say I was making terroristic threats.
Right.
That's the thing. But I think with constraints put on it and oversight put on stuff like AI, Brother Wallace, people could prosper and things could get better, you know, because it's technology is here. You can't do away with that.
While we talking about I know you mentioned about the gun violence. Right now, as we speak, Louisiana is the second highest state in the United States for the gun death rate, and right now is currently at a rate of 40.42% per 100,000 people.
Right.
And according to the study from the University of the American Journal of Preventive Medicine, saying
So, you know,
that
guns to me, automatic weapon is not a good thing for me.
yeah,
You know,
and I'm going there.
but a gun, you know, we all have a right to have a gun, but we don't all have a right to collect those automatic weapons. You know, that's killing up 5 and 6 people at one time before they have to reload. You know, thing of it is, we got to blame a lot of that on our elected officials, too. You know,
Yeah.
that's not trying to do anything about it, you know, because they have them.
Yeah. Well, Louisiana is one of those states like these other states that it's easier to acquire a weapon, and the issue, even if you want to make owning a weapon legalized and go through all the constraints of getting a weapon. The culture of the people is the thing right here. You got a state that's heavily. I mean, look at Houston. Somebody was just talking about Houston. I say, well, Houston has a number of gun deaths. Every time you go to roll up to the gas station, you got to be packing.
Well, that's what the
New Orleans.
That's what
Baton
the study
Rouge.
shows. The study blames weak laws and high
Well, laws,
gun ownership.
The thing, Brother Wallace and Brother Keith, the thing about Louisiana has one of the most authoritarian type of situation when it comes to crime. Louisiana is to lock them up and throw away keys, but Louisiana still hasn't solved its problem because it don't want to deal with the mentality of the people. You can't be a hypocrite. You can't push, let's party every day, let's drink every day, let's smoke every day, let's do everything, and then you want to claim you're a good area. And there's some constraint. The people are wilding out every day, and you saying you want to put some more laws on the book, and you just got through trying to fight 10 years of rolling back the criminal justice laws, what you call criminal justice reform, and now you want to come. The Louisiana legislative, Brother Watts, has 800 new bills they want to advance this year.
Correct.
Does it make sense to advance all these laws and you still haven't solved the problem over decades? You haven't solved nothing in Louisiana to make Louisiana a better and safer state.
And I know this is.
I feel like this here. A lot of those legislative bills have to collect a check. We're not trying to solve the Louisiana problem or the people's problem in Louisiana. You know.
And I know this is controversial, but pro-life. Some our lawmakers are so pro-life,
right,
that they gonna tell our counterparts what to do with their health, but won't tell the gun manufacturers we rolling back
right
on these gun laws. We're producing gun laws, you know.
The
hey, look here, you guys. I'm gonna keep listening, but I have to get off the phone. Thank y'all for giving me the opportunity. This is Wallace with Community Matters, along with my co-host, Keep 'em Dancing, Keith Foss, and my producer, Brother Jay.
Thank you so much, good brother.
Thank you for calling in, Mr. Wallace.
So we're gonna talk later.
Watch out for that AI, man.
That AI is son of a gun.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll holler back later. Y'all be safe.
All right.
Correct. Brother Jay,
I kid Brother Wallace on AI and stuff like that. But, you know, I embrace AI to my understanding. I guess when I'm going to have some issues concerning my own self, I'm sorry.
Correct.
My own self, maybe I might get upset. But it's how you navigate through, like everything. Just like I say, the people invented the gun. People were upset about guns. People invented cars, and people were, the horse and buggy people were upset. I think we got a caller.
Another caller.
Good morning,
Good
caller.
morning, caller.
Welcome to the People's Tech and Entertainment Show.
Hey, good morning, guys. Brother Jay, Coach. Hey.
Good morning,
What's
Coach.
happening, Coach? Good morning, Coach.
A lot of good information being shared. I hope that everybody is taking the time out to soak it in.
You calling to promote AI, right?
Yeah, I promote it, yes. Number one, the Tech Show. That's my number one reason for calling, is to promote it. But before we get into it, let me say this about the other thing y'all discussed, the gun violence.
Yes.
You know, in the Our Father prayer, it talks about lead us not into temptation. You know, if we break that down and get an understanding about being led into a temptation,
we can understand a little bit of what's going on. You see, to me, my opinion, the violence that we see is a temptation. And when a human, in my opinion, cannot distinguish between a good temptation and a bad temptation, then they'll choose one that they feel is the one they're going to roll with, which might not be the right one. Right. We are dealing with a situation that is beyond human control. And the other part, it says, and deliver us from evil. The behavior of gun violence is also an evil. Mm-hmm. And if one person practices an evil, then it's just one person. But if two or more practices an evil, then it's more than one. And it's like a domino effect. The more, I'll say this, and this is a cliche. I remembered it when I was young. Monkey see, monkey do. That's a cliche. And people are practicing it, and it's an evil. Mm-hmm. Our young people who have journeyed on this side basically are ignorant in the practice that they have chosen. It is up to us to help them to understand that the choice that they have made is detrimental to everybody's health, including theirs.
Wait a minute.
It'll be a difficult battle to make them understand that, because we have what James Brown sung about, the drug. He named the one he sung about heroin.
Let's back up a minute, Coach.
And I'll wrap it up because we're going to the drugs and the things that are all part of it. It's not just drugs. It's the whole system of things. Guys, that's where we're in the matrix. There it is. We are in the matrix. That's where your technology come in, Brother Jay, and to your brother. We're in the matrix. And in order to know how to get out of the matrix, you have to understand the tech part of the matrix. Yes, sir. And it's a complicated matter, and our children are trapped in there, and they don't know how to get out. And the way we see and know they're trapped, look at the devastation that they are causing within our parameters, where they live. It's like if they don't care. Yes, they do care, but they're trapped in this type of situation where it's a mental, it's a technology, it's all of that mixed up together. And guess who's the master puppet master? Satan, the ultimate one. He is in control of it all. See, we war not against flesh and blood, but we war against the principalities,
yes, sir.
The evil spirits, the rulers of darkness, high places of this world, and the devil, Satan, Lucifer himself. You know, guys, we are not fighting a human battle. This is not a human battle. Now the tech part. Brother Jay, I'm going to close on your tech.
Okay.
Brother Jay.
Yes, sir.
One thing I want to say about tech is this. It's out there, and it can't go back. You're right. It can't go back. We have to move forward with tech. There's a lot of benefits in the tech world, especially for our younger kids coming up behind us, and even for the adults currently. Let's use it for our benefits. You know, we lost Harold Belafonte the other day, and Brother Belafonte and them, they fought for human social rights and this, that, and the other, and this, that, and the other. And that's how we are here to be able to experience tech.
I got you.
So, brothers, y'all support tech. Let's keep it on. Let's keep educating the children, especially them, because like Teddy Pendergrass said, the children, they're the future, guys. Teachers, teach them well when you teach them. Okay. Parents, parent well when you parent. Y'all be blessed. Okay. And let's support tech. And let's remember the battle that we're in, y'all. This is a spiritual battle, and they in the matrix. Thank you.
We got you.
All right. Thank you, Coach, for calling in.
I kind of
let's.
Guess he coming. The Matrix.
I want to go.
I'm trying to advertise for part 5 or something.
Yeah, part 5. But I want to go back to some of the points he mentioned. Now, I know you start talking about James Brown's song about drugs. Let's let's go back a little bit. Let's roll it back a little bit. And when you gonna put a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old playing a game called Grand Theft Auto, what are you doing?
That's the
you
culture.
programming.
That's the culture of the day. I'm a big gamer, and I'm at fault because back in the day, I bought those games for my kids, and I'm not saying they didn't turn out
like that,
but it's the mindset that
Correct.
everybody has. Everybody want to pop off or wild out
Yeah.
when they mad and upset.
Yeah.
You know. Let me give you this announcement from Pastor Lester Simon at Mount Olive Baptist Church, #1 in Freetown. He will be having a memorial service 2023 on Sunday, May 7th. It would be pastors, the congregation, families, and friends. That's Mount Olive Baptist Church, #1 in Freetown. That's on Shashon Road in Freetown. That's in between New Iberia and Youngsville, back that way. So Pastor Lester Simon, that's a young brother. I call him young brother because I saw where he came from, and to see him now, the head of that church in Freetown, man. Because he was partners with my brother, my deceased brother, and back in the day, you talking about wilding out. So I'm glad to see Pastor Lester Simon doing some big things with Mount Olive Baptist Church in Freetown. Keep going back to we was telling Brother Wallace what happened with and we want to welcome Mr. Joe Dupree in the building today. Good to see him. And maybe Joe
morning,
one day
Brother
on his show might talk about this AI and the use of those voices, those voice samples, and actually making songs with those voices. And that's troubling for the entertainment industry, but you got to embrace it. The singer, I don't recall her name, she embraced it. She say, long as they sharing the royalties 50-50, she's down with that. But the other side of the coin, you could make a whole, Coach reference to James Brown, you could make a whole James Brown album. And then, Coach, would you get upset as a fan that it's not his voice, it's AI created voice? So
I was going there, Brother Jay. I was going to say with AI, it can be a dark side to it too, because it could make you say something that you never said.
Well, you see, that's where they're going to have constraints and verification and research on what you go find out on the internet. The internet is the wild, wild west. It's not no one law governing. I know it's too late for them to start doing a lot of reining in, but I'm in the middle. I don't want them to rein it in. I want them more to have safeguards on it. Caller, welcome to
morning,
the People's
caller.
Tech.
Good morning, caller.
Brother Jay, y'all remember the holograms of Whitney Houston and every other artist that they once did the holograms, and they still probably doing them.
Yes,
and
sir.
people went pay concert money to see some sort of a figure that really wasn't there. But people paid big money to go see a hologram of somebody that's deceased that they once probably saw live in a concert. My point I'm making is, Brother Jay, what I say to this is, here is where we are. And the laws that we have, they either going to have to protect the originals from what's happening, or the law's going to have to change to give it a balance to where this practice will be able to evolve. Because the bottom line is, it's happening. And if some of them, like I think I heard y'all say, if I understood it correctly, some of them are saying, if I have to pay a couple of dollars in a lawsuit, well, I don't have a problem with that. But I'm making my music. I'm an artist. You know, when an artist is doing his artistic stuff, he's in his zone, man, and he's creating. And he's already thought about getting sued. Or she already thought about, I'm going to lose a little buck. But watch what I'm going to create. Well, that's where we are now. But you have to get permission to do that right now. But sooner or later, these laws going to change.
Okay, Coach, we have another caller.
Yeah, go ahead. Y'all got a caller, but I just want to add that. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right.
Good morning, caller.
Caller?
Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I was calling in response to the question for the platform about the AI.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm listening to the gentleman that's calling several times. He's very adamant to try to get his point across.
Uh-huh.
I'm in agreement with it so much, and it's so much truth that he's exposing that most people are afraid to expose. AI is just, in my opinion, what it says it is. Artificial intelligence, in my opinion, falls right in line with powers of principalities far beyond what the physical world would probably even comprehend or try to understand.
Mm-hmm.
I think over time, it's been a work in process of evil and wickedness, just plotting and planning and scheming to try to overcome God, to try to defeat in ways that make it appear as if he won't win the battle, in other words. We know God is over everything. But the increase in wickedness and evilness and the more, or shall I say less, praying for right and the more confusion, because, yeah, the trick of the enemy definitely tries to, I'm trying to find the right words to say and how to say it, because I'm a living testimony to being in the midst of both sides, is what I've come to understand.
Yes, ma'am.
And a lot of people that are more aware of the truth, that are living it, I pray that they find the strength and confidence to actually. I'm looking for the right support to speak on it, because I was born. I don't know if people, it's hard to talk about because you have to understand it.
Yes,
you have
ma'am.
to really have lived it. I didn't know what it was all my life. I questioned it, prayed about it, but now, in my adult years, I'm 48 now, but just over the last year or two.
And we understand. We kind of got the crux of your statement, and we appreciate that type of feedback over here on this show. And
I can sum it up because there's a lot to say on it. But if I can sum it up, yes, it's pretty much on the move. Already being used and utilized. I only think, in my opinion, it's going to cause. It's a risk of causing more chaos and confusion, because it's an easy cover-up. Mm-hmm. For more lives lost.
Yes. Okay.
For more of our kids being kidnapped. For more of our kids being used and abused and molested and raped. And because it's already been.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So we definitely want to thank you for that, and call back. And first time caller, call back next Saturday, and we could have some more discussions. And because our time is slowly running down.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And the argument, and the thing is, people mix spirituality with actual technology.
Correct.
And I can understand that. But, I'm going to say this and not being facetious or being sarcastic, but it sounds sarcastic. Well, when somebody handed you a cell phone back in the day, said, "Oh, give me that. That's the work of the devil." Yeah. I mean, come on. Technology, you either have to embrace it and use it for your best advantage for whatever job you have to do. You cannot just lump it all in one thing.
But
technology actually is saving lives. Medical advances down through the last 50 years, it's compared to where it was on the battlefield in World War I and World War II. I mean, technology is the thing that got people
It's just when you embrace it, you have to know what you embracing on that part. And as we wind it down, I want to go to a little bit.
Remind me not to give you a new cell phone. That's the work of the devil. See, like Sister Khadijah.
I want to go to talk about entertainment. You know, big news corporations. There's some changes.
Oh yes, we left that one out. Huh? Somebody did a post say, well, the white guy lied and he got fired.
Tucker Carlson.
And the black guy told the truth.
And he got fired.
So. Well, that last exchange Don Lemon had with in that morning show, because the handwriting was on the wall. They wanted to get rid of him because he doing the whole issue with Trump, and he was more aggressive in his comments about things that are going on. And I'm supportive Don Lemon on that.
Yeah.
We know Fox, when we were back on the old KJCB 770, we would always be quoting from the bad stuff that Fox was putting out back in the day. So Fox got his up and coming. You know, it got handled. And maybe that's a good thing, you know, so I don't know. So, Brother Keith.
Well, we're going to have to save it for next week.
Yeah, we're going to have to save it because we got the dynamic Mr. Joe Dupree coming up next, and Festival International Weekend. People, please be careful. And people, please, if you know someone young or somebody older who want to do something that's not right, please try to get to them and console them about not doing those things that could cause carnage in your community.
And remember, there's always another way to resolve an argument or an issue than in resulting in violence. Thank you for tuning in to the People's Tech and
matter of fact, the video
People's Tech and
experiment went down.
Yeah,
so we're gonna try next Saturday again. The experiment.
We're gonna see y'all next Saturday, Brother Jay.
Yes, sir.
We got to make room for Mr. Joe Dupree.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Let's see. We're trying to
close it out.
We're trying to close it out, like always.
Yeah,
like always.
We've been having technical.
Yeah.
Difficult.
All right.
The computer, an extension of the human intellect.
It's the People's Tech and Entertainment Show, on the air, where we meet the community where they at, on technology, taking the anxiety out of technology, also bringing you the best in entertainment news and trends, on KIEE 88.3 FM, your superstation for South Louisiana.